Hi, my name is Katelynn Salvato, and I recently took Mr. Davidson's public speaking class. Right off the bat, you find out that Mr. Davidson is very sarcastic, funny, and also very straightforward. His dry humor is very amusing, and honestly, it helped me not be nervous because I figured out that he was not some snobby professor that cared about perfection. But don't get me wrong, if he does not like something, he will not hesitate to tell you. He is very understanding about questions, but just make sure that he didn't already discuss it in the material. There is nothing that he dislikes more than students who don't read the material and then ask questions about it. At the beginning of the class, you might be nervous about performing public speeches, but you'll get the hang of it and learn to love it like I did. Taking this class, I learned a lot about myself and also about others. The main three things that I learned are, number one, once you perform your speeches, each speech becomes easier than the last. Number two, you have to actually focus on the words that you are saying. And number three, nobody cares about your speech more than you do. Beginning with point number one, I was so nervous to start this class, and honestly, I was regretting even taking the class. My friends took it, so I knew that I wasn't alone, but I was still so scared. I kept with it because my parents had already paid for it, and I knew that there was no way that they were going to let me drop it. The first couple of speeches were rough, I'm not going to lie, but I have since grown from that, and I have even performed twice in front of my school. I am still very nervous about performing public speeches, but I have gotten better every time, and honestly, it feels good to get out of my comfort zone and do something that I never thought that I could. My second point was, you have to actually focus on the words that you're saying. Most of the time, whenever I'm nervous, I tend to zone out and not really think about the words that I'm saying. So usually whenever I perform speeches, I zone out and I don't know if the words I'm saying are even making any sense. But for me, I had to work hard, stay focused, and make the speech and practice the speech so that I knew what I was doing. For others, it might be different than zoning out, so you just have to stay with it, work hard, figure out your weakness and overcome it, and you'll be fine. My third and final point was, nobody cares about your speech more than you do. By this, I mean that you might be freaking out and you might not know if what you're saying makes sense, but other people aren't going to judge you if you mess up. Everybody messes up and stutters at some point whenever they're talking, and it's okay. Everybody hates public speaking, but getting out of your comfort zone and participating in something you never thought that you could and enjoying it is honestly very amazing.